special. And now our feature presentation. I'm Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
And we love doing all these shenanigans, and this is a special episode, so let's talk about the show. We're here to talk about the show.
Oh, it's been a wild ride. 25 episodes for the first
25
season.
episodes.
And yeah, it's a lot. It took some doing. Some of these shoots, just for people to let you know behind the curtain a little bit, we sometimes film as many as 6 to 8 full episodes in a span of about 4 days.
We've done 8 full episodes in one shooting session.
That's a lot. That's 16 sketches at least. Sometimes they have little tiny ones in, and ones will have like a 2.5 sketch kind of thing. That's the full talk show portion of the episode.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of lead time in between them either.
Not at all.
We're making the scripts and the props and the costumes. She's literally making props all day, every day. Me and Josh, in between our daytime jobs, are trying to write scripts over the phone together.
I'm usually driving from wherever I am to a job location, like an hour or 2 hour away from wherever my location is. And in that time period, most of the time, will call Carey, and we just hash out the scripts of whatever we're doing. It's like literally we're just talking it out. I'll come up with an idea, or he'll come up with an idea, and like, hey, what about this? And it's literally there's so much banter in these phone conversations, and we will just spit out whatever we have.
It becomes a sketch.
And it becomes a sketch, and that's how we come up with these sketches.
We'll write down the bullet points of our ideas, and then we'll flesh them out a little bit at a time. I'll try to write out some dialogue. Josh will go in and polish it up.
Mm-hmm.
He'll break it into different shots for the episode, and while I'm doing it, I'll have a 5-year-old tugging on my arm like, Daddy, I don't want you to talk to Josh on the phone right now.
You're talking to him too much.
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
Like little Jack Burton, I promise, we'll play toys after, I finish writing this one script right here. It'll be okay.
So, if you've watched this show from the beginning, and you watched all our episodes, if you've been kind of following what we've been doing this entire first season, you kind of already know some of the stuff that we've kind of had to go through, and especially in episode 1, we talk about how we started the show. We started the show. It's something that I've wanted to do. I wanted to do a different kind of show. I'm kind of rehashing what the first episode talks about. I wanted to do a different kind of show. But Carey said, this is oversaturated. There's too many gaming shows out there. Let's do something about movies. Let's do something that's 80s and 90s movies. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And when he finally convinced me, when we wrote the list, we have a list of over 500 movies now. We're trying to do 25 per season, trying to do 25 episodes per season. I knew that this was going to happen. And me
and him have always had a passion for the same kind of movies. We've always talked movies for we've known each other over a decade, and getting close to 2 decades probably at this point. And we always have the same kind of humor. We have the same kind of style of, taste in movies. And we've always, like, when we worked together at our previous job, we would joke about movies during the shoots. We would joke about movies after, leading up to. And, we'd have, calls every couple weeks, after we didn't work together. And that's what we would joke about. Hey, remember this part in this movie? Yep. And it was just something that came naturally for us. And we enjoyed doing it together.
We decided to do this. It was the last week in December. So it was basically the first week of January that we decided, of the same year of 2025.
This is going to be a thing.
This is going to be a thing. And we went from absolutely nothing other than the small list that we created, like the 100 movies that I had come up with, and like the 300 movies that he came up with. Some of them were overlapping. That was it. That's all we had.
List
and then
this
idea of like, what do we want this to do? What do we want this to be? What do we want it to look like? How do we want to film this? Like, do we want to just be on a Zoom call? Does Carey want to come down to Florida because I have a small studio? Does he want to film there?
Initially, we were going to
do that.
Florida.
It was going to be because I already have a lot of stuff set up, but thinking about the process and the practicality of sets, he had this wall. I mean, it was a glimmer of a wall. I mean, it started out as a small section. We were talking about this earlier. It was a small section, and it grew to this, what you see behind us. This is a practical wall. This is not a green screen.
It's all movies.
This is a real wall. And people ask me all the time, like, is that a real wall? This is a real wall of movies. It's 15
and the funny thing is
wide.
they cycle in and out too, because these are for sale in my store. So like every time we do the show, I have to fill the holes because the weekend we basically, when Josh gets here, he flies in on a Saturday. We pick him up, and sometimes we film sketches in my house on Saturday. We film sketches outside on Saturday and Sunday. We film anything that we can because the store is open. And then whenever we go to get set up for Monday when we're closed, we have to fix everything. This whole space is covered in display cases. We have to move every single one of them.
We're literally sitting where display cases would be located. Like if we were to turn the clock back, a display case would be right here.
There's 20 or more.
It's insane. So like doing the planning for this, for those of you who are interested, I might be going into too much detail, but doing the planning for this was one of those things like Carey and I decided like I don't want to do this half-ass. Like we wanted to try to give you quality as much as we possibly could afford.
And we're doing what we can with the budget and the time that we have.
So like
because like people are like, why didn't you do this? I'm like, because we had an hour to film that.
So like when the very first film section that we did, because we do this 4 times a year, and we try to film 8 episodes or 6 episodes at a time because we want to do 25 episodes. So if we do 6 at a time, that's 24, and then one of those film scheduled weeks we do an extra one.
And then this time we did an extra for the special.
So with the first one, we had 6 planned, and this is insane. So like as we were writing the scripts and doing all this stuff, like because I'm in production and who's behind the scenes right now, who's running our video switcher and who does a lot of the camera work, Christian, we're both in video production. We do this quite a bit. We do production work quite a bit. So that first week that we've decided to schedule out, I was concerned, very concerned.
We were throwing everything in the kitchen sink in.
Yes.
Because when we added sketches, it got a little off the rails because we were trying to do all these things.
Yes.
That, like, there's no time to do this.
It's, you know, people think like, oh, you just do you throw a camera up and you do the sketch. The sketch is a 1-minute sketch, a 2-minute sketch. Okay, you spend the minute and you do it. Yes, you could go with your iPhone and do it. But like, you have to understand, there's boom mics here. We have lapel mics. We run a lot of this stuff through time code so that we have multiple cameras that are all synchronized together. We use a clapper.
There's scaffolding.
There's trussing here with lights above us. Like we have to set all this stuff up, and we'll throw a time lapse up sometime. I can show you. We'll probably do it during this. I'll show one of the old time lapses we have for the show. And a lot of this takes a lot of time. So like some people, they come and they help us and they see how much work is involved, and like
they're like, wow.
They're like, this is what you do every time you do this. So that first time that we filmed, going back to that, we wanted to film 6 episodes. So we filmed, what was it, Airheads, and then it was Batteries Not Included, Uncle Buck, and it was Romancing the Stone, and we wanted to do the other 2 were we didn't get to film the other 2. It was
Cadillac,
Secret of Nim
and Cadillac Man.
Secret of Nim and Cadillac Man. So those were the first 6 episodes.
We only got 4 done.
We only filmed 4 of those episodes.
Because we barely got 4 done.
At a time. So it was so scary how much time we didn't have. We were up till like 1 and 2 in the morning.
Some days it's 16 or 17-hour days.
We would get up at 6 and then film, like set up and start filming and film till 1 or 2 in the morning. And the first sketch for the long sketch for Batteries Not Included,
it took a whole day.
So the sketch if you watch the Batteries Not Included episode, the eviction services,
Junior and Applesauce,
that was an entire day to film just that one.
And we were doing 12 sketches that shoot.
And guys, I want you to understand, like, that's the shortened version of the script.
There's a lot of unused footage.
There's so much stuff that we didn't get to do. And I knew we weren't going to be able to get it all, but I was like, you know what? Let's shoot for the stars and see what we can get done. And I have to say, even though it was long days, we had a
blast
doing this show.
We were all laughing at each other. Our help,
and it's like
the people that were helping being in the show, the Paul family, Brad, Adam, Ben. We're all laughing and having fun together. Christian, all of us.
Everyone's just having a good time, and it's long days. It's very long days. And when we started filming, because I'm used to long days. My production schedule when I'm filming. Or not filming, but doing production work, I'm sometimes getting someplace at 6 a.m. Christian knows this full well. We'll get someplace at 6 a.m. Sometimes we won't leave until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm used to this kind of work. And so as we were doing that first week, we had so many people that were here volunteering, and we thank you so much for those people who volunteered to help us.
We couldn't have done it without you guys.
We could not have done this without you guys, 100%. But I'm looking around going, these people aren't used to this.
No, I'm not used to this.
These people aren't used to this.
Carey's not used to staying up past 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Let alone to be working past that time.
It's insane. So like I had to call. We're done. I was like, we're done. We're not gonna finish. We're done. This is it.
Carey's already sleeping on the floor with his thumb in his mouth.
We're done. We're finished. And like it's a lot of work. So like we want to be able to do way more things. We don't have the budget to do it. We don't have the budget. We don't have the time. We don't have the budget or the time. And we pay for everything out of our own pocket. It's insanity.
Because that's the other thing is when we're doing this for the week that we're doing it, we're not working.
Yeah, we're not working.
So like Josh is not doing jobs he could be doing. I have to pay people to be here at the store instead of me. And it's just like, and we're spending money on the production itself. And we're glad to do so. It's a labor of love. We enjoy doing it. We want to keep doing it. It's just, we're just trying to let people know, like, this is what we can accomplish on a shoestring budget. No time to be had. No help to be had. And I mean, we do have help, but they all have lives too.
Yes.
So these people,
and this is our passion. It's not their passion.
They can't just drop what they're doing and come be on the show. So we have people like Brad. He's coming here after work. He's staying here late hours. Christian's staying up till the late hours with us. He's here with Josh, and it's wild, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, so enough about us complaining. Let's talk about some of the things that we had a lot of fun with.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
I mean, that of course, that applesauce and junior sketch, eviction services, that was a very, very fun sketch to do. It was very, very fun.
We had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We went to the Paul's house, of course, and we were almost in every single room in their house.
Filming. Oh yes. I remember the funny thing about it is one of the first scenes we filmed was one of my scenes.
Yes.
And I think we had to do it like 12 times.
Man. We were on the street.
Because I was so nervous.
We were on the street filming, just walking down, and we probably maybe walked 50 feet, and we would come back in 50 feet.
I'm walking with a cattle prod.
And it's hilarious because like you see Carey now, and he's like he looks normal. He's not normal, but he looks kind of normal and not nervous or anything.
I was nervous.
It was gut wrenching.
I was overthinking everything. Well, here's the thing: is I'm walking. There's people on the street watching. And I just hadn't been ready for that yet.
There's a part. So if you watch the sketch,
I'm in a red tracksuit.
There's a part. If you watch the sketch, there's a part where Applesauce, Carey is dressed as Applesauce, and he's talking to the camera, and the line is literally, "You see that one? You see that one? I don't brush that one." And he turns around and he points to a second-story window. That's literally behind the Paul's house. Yes. That's their backyard.
So it made it to look like a different building.
We used their house to try to make it look like several different buildings. But when we were filming that, we did probably 15 takes there, and he's yelling, "Hey, you see me? I'll be," he's yelling his lines.
And people are like, "What is happening?"
The neighbors come out, and there must have been about 7 or 8 neighbors, but after a while, because they see the cameras and they see, like, we have lights and stuff and like audio equipment. There's somebody with headphones on. There's a group there.
These are just idiots, not actual dangerous people.
There was a couple of them that were like, they stood there the entire time and watched, and they're laughing. They're laughing at what we're doing. We're going, "Oh my gosh, like we're gonna get arrested."
Yes, and to be honest, we've had the police follow us around outside a few times.
And that sketch specifically, because we did multiple locations. So that part is on one side of the town. And then the other part where you see Carey wrestling the dummy, that is actually that's another person's house.
That's at Brad's house.
That's Brad's house, like
Brad
right
and
up
Melanie.
the street from
She's
here.
also a helper on the show. We appreciate her as an actress as well.
Yes, and I'm walking. So you see me walking at the end when I'm walking. I must have walked up and down that street 3 or 4 times because people kept coming out.
With a baseball bat.
With a baseball bat, and people kept coming out, and the police kept driving.
Following, or they were like driving
But
back.
we're not doing it. It's like, I'm just walking.
They're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And they see the camera, of course, they drive away. And, you know, there's other things, of course, like in the very first episode when we did Fake Machine Gun.
Yes.
And
we're a little nervous to have real-looking fake guns that we're going to cause some heat for us.
We're not going to do that anymore.
We're quick.
We're not going to do that anymore. But it's
throwing dummies out of cars.
We have so much fun doing all this stuff, and some of the other things, like there's a lot of spontaneity because we write these scripts.
There's ad-libbing
and there's a lot of ad-libbing, and you know, I don't think I'm the funniest writer, and it's like I'll write something and somebody will see it and they'll throw something else in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing.
We both come up with things that we both enjoy, you know, putting in there, and we both have different sense of humor, but we also have similar sense of humor.
Yep. And it's we also give some leeway to people who are in performing, doing stuff with us. Sometimes we have to be very strict because, like, look, we have a very tight
we don't have time.
We have a very tight time script. Please just stick to the script because the more you get off, the crazier this is going to be. It's going to get out of control. I mean, one of my favorite things that, like, we try to do everything in-house now. We try not to go outside anymore. We use a lot of backdrops. We get backdrops printed so we don't have to do green screen. So a lot of this stuff is practical. One of my favorite things that was ad-libbed is, oh man, it's the Christmas episode, and you know, it's the Torbu Man.
Oh man,
Torbu Man. It's such a good episode. And of course, you know, we have this back alley deal going on, and this cop who's played by Christian Piles, he kind of peeks and he sees and he's like, whoa, let me see what's going on here. And it goes from this deal where the guy is trying to sell him this knockoff Turbo Man doll, which is what the movie was based on, and it's Torbu Man, and he's trying
not for copyright purposes.
Not for copyright purposes. So he's trying to sell him this thing, but the cop sees it halfway through the interaction when they're doing the transaction, and he thinks he sees a solicitation going on.
We're trying to make
it look
alluding
like
to it's not a toy deal.
It's not a toy deal. So you know the guy, he got the jacket up, he sees the trench coat open, and of course the guy buying kind of goes down because he's gonna grab it, and
it's $300.
It's $300. So he's like, all right, come and get your goods. This is what he says, the line, something like that. And of course the cops freaks, which is of course over the top. And we drop the doll and run away, and all Christian was supposed to do is like, oh, Torbu Man, what is this? My son won't know the difference. And he's just supposed to pick up the doll and walk away with it. But he picks up the doll and puts it on his shoulder.
Like a little baby.
Like a little baby. And it was...
things like that.
It was one of those things when he did that and walked off, I thought I was the only one containing a laughter. But as soon as we yelled cut, the room just erupted. It was like, oh my gosh, how did we not think to do that? And he just came up with it on the spot. So we do a lot of stuff like that. It's just so much fun.
One of my favorite ones also involved the training montage with Christian during the Junior and Applesauce shoot.
Oh my gosh, yes.
When it had JJ and El Martillo.
Yes.
And I love whenever we ask him about what he's working out with, why he's got tags on it still. And JJ's like, oh, so boss, I don't do laundry.
So this is something like, he wasn't even really supposed to be a character.
No.
He added
this scene unscripted.
None of this was in it. Literally, the script just said training montage.
Yes. There's no dialogue
for other like trainees who are gonna join the eviction. So that's all it is. And so it was supposed to be Carey's supposed to be like, all right, just a training montage. Like maybe some guys doing push-ups. It's just the blurb is push-ups, sit-ups,
no dialogue
training
is written.
No dialogue, anything. So we get out there and I'm filming. I'm the one filming. Normally it's Christian the one filming. I'm the one filming. So that's why it looks so terrible. But I'm the one filming and I'm shoulder camming this thing. And Christian didn't, like, I gave him a hat, I gave him a shirt, the tags were still on it, and he's like, you want me to take the tags off? I was like, I don't know, man, just whatever. And he's like, all right, cool. And he launches into, hey, JJ, what's with all the tags? He's like, come on, you boss, you know I don't wash these.
I don't do laundry.
I don't do laundry.
I'm gonna. I just return.
I'll
this.
return these. Well, that's a great idea.
That's a good idea. You sweat those up, take them back to Kmart.
I'm gonna start doing that. It's stuff like that. Just my gosh.
It's like when one person has an original idea like that, it'll just it'll influence
something.
you to have one as well, and you just kind of play along and you banter with it, and it's fun.
Yes. There's a lot of things that we've had to do over and over and over again. And it's 100% because one of us keeps breaking because they're doing something wrong. So one of them is, of course, it's if you watch Remo Williams, we're doing the beach scene. That's all green screen. That was a green screen there, and of course it's very bad green screen. And we intentionally kept it bad green screen
because we don't have time.
We don't
have time to make everything perfect. We have to do it as good as it can be.
But I also want it to look cheesy.
Campy and silly.
I want it to look cheesy because, like, if you look at Cadillac Man, if you look at the Cadillac Man episode when we're what is it? The salesman, the car salesman. Turgenato. That is
Sturgeonato.
It's Sturgeonato.
We try not to use the official name sometimes. Similar,
but if you watch that sketch from Cadillac Man, that's 100% green screen. 100% green screen, and it doesn't look like it. So we can do it well, but I wanted it to look cheesy for this particular sketch. So we did. We accomplished it. So we're on the beach and we're doing this, and I wrote this this monologue for
I have a lot to say.
I wrote this monologue for Carey. Oh my gosh, it is so funny. And he kept, and you see him, he's grandstanding. He's like, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. Because if you watch Remo Williams, he becomes a super agent trained by this little Asian dude. And he's like, we're being trained, we're on the beach, we're learning how to do the training. And what's hilarious is he's reading, because we have these TVs.
We have prompters. We remember some, but we have bullet points to help us.
There are TVs like this on stands, and they're up at eye level, so we can we have multiple, so we can kind of look at them in different spots, so it doesn't look like we're just like looking off camera the entire time. We do
it's
it
just
during
a
the
reference
show. It's a
before.
reference, as we have the script there. But it must have been like 20 takes.
Oh, God. And Josh is very patient, but I could tell he was getting slightly frustrated with me.
Carey,
come on, Carey, you can do this.
Saying the wrong word every single time. Like, how are you getting this wrong?
I don't know.
He's like, I don't know, man. And the line was supposed to read adversary.
And I kept saying adversity.
Adversity. He's like, every adversity, and I'm like, Carey, it's adversary. Carey, it's adversary. He's like, I don't know, man.
I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know where it's coming from. And every time he'd get to it, he would always say adversity. And I was like, Carey, I'm going to go to the prompter, and I'm going to highlight this all caps and make it very big. I go to the prompter, I make it all caps, and you know what it says? It says adversity.
He spelled it wrong. He spelled it the other way.
He's reading it literally.
And I'm just like, I don't know why I'm saying it wrong.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Carey, it's supposed to say adversary, and I put adversity. And I changed
redemption.
I changed it, and he got it right the first time I changed it. Hilarious.
And I'm not even really looking at it. It's kind of like in my peripheral. Yes. So it's just bleeding into my brain because I'm saying what's there, even though I'm not directly looking at it. And it's just, we had another moment like that in Romancing the Stone.
So this is
my fault this time.
This was the first shoot that we did.
We're tired.
It was so long. I think it was like.
It was a late night for that.
It was like 11 or 12, maybe later, in the evening, and we're filming. And there's like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 different people in here too. They're all watching us.
And they're laughing every time. They mess it up.
If you watch that episode, it's Romancing the Stone. And just to give you the premise, in the movie Romancing the Stone, Jack Colton, he is in South America, and the main character, the female, she's there looking for her sister. And she's on a bus, she gets sidetracked, and she needs a guide to take her to a telephone. So this guy, he's Jack Colton. He's there getting birds, exotic birds.
That's how he makes his money.
And the bus hits the car, and all his birds escape. So we come up for this sketch is Jackson Colton's Avian Adventures. Instead of trying to do some other weird thing. So
we're hunting birds.
We're hunting birds. So it's like financial freedom. Jackson Colton's Avian Adventure. So we came up with this acronym, and it's
BEST.
BEST. Be the best avian adventure there is. So
each word stands for.
Each letter stands for something. So it's birds, It's evasion. It's what's the S stand for?
Survival?
Survival, and then tenacity. So it's birds, evasion, survival, tenacity. So you got to go through the 4 steps to be the best AV adventure there is. So we set up these tables, and we're doing this like close, because we want to do this. If you watch it, you'll understand what it is. But the sketch is these 2 idiots trying to promote this infomercial. And it's like, all right, so now we're going to talk about the birds. And it's like, all right, the next one is birds. So we did this close-up where we're side by side like this. And we're there. And I'm like, all right, Carey, so what I have to do is say birds. It's literally, that's all we're saying is birds. Birds.
One word.
He, for the life of him,
5-10 times,
could not say birds.
Best!
And I'm like, birds! And I'm like, Carey, it's not best, it's birds. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Best! And I'm like, oh my gosh, Carey.
It's like the more I tried not to mess it up, I just kept doing it wrong.
It got to the point where I was saying best.
Yes. Instead of me correcting, I messed him up.
I was like, best! No, it's not best!
I broke Josh's brain.
It's not best, it's birds. Oh, it's such a good...
One of my favorite ones where we all broke was the Monster Squad.
My gosh!
When Josh was painted up as Frankenstein, and Amelia's supposed to bring him in to the breakfast table that me and my wife are sitting at. And I'm reading a newspaper, and it's supposed to be revealing that her playmate that she has is a Frankenstein. And each time I lower the paper and I try to act as freaked out as I could, and I'd lower the paper and I'd go, "What the is that?" And nobody survived it. Like, they weren't expecting me to be so loud and boisterous with it. The whole room's laughing. My wife's sitting next to me laughing. Josh is cracking up as the Frankenstein. Five to 10 takes. We would laugh for 2 minutes.
And then we would do it again. So the My Frankie is, any of you who grew up in the 80s or 90s, it's supposed to be a spoof on My Buddy. So it's like, if you've ever watched Monster Squad, they befriend the Frankenstein. So it's My Frankie instead of My Buddy, and we don't want to sing the song. But that's what it's supposed to be, a spoof on that. And we had a blast. It was so fun. It was so fun.
A montage of him playing.
Oh my goodness.
Doing chores. Me trying to kill him.
And we come up with this. Like, I remember coming up with this. I was like standing in my driveway getting ready to cut my yard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Carey, I got the sketch for Monster Squad. We're gonna do a My Buddy spoof called My Frankie.
And he does have gardening in that one, just like Josh is doing.
And I just like sang the tune, My Frankie, the lovable reanimated corpse. My Frankie can help you do everything outdoors. My Frankie, is he friendly to everyone?
Of course.
I literally sang that in my phone and sent it to him as a message, and he's like,
"That's
yes, we're doing it.
That's the one.
That's the one. We're doing it." Oh man, we have so much fun. It's
the janitors is the secret of Nim.
Yes, and when we do some of these sketches and some of these commercials, we try not to get the low hanging fruit, and by that means is like we try not to do the most obvious thing for whatever.
We try to do something that's a little out of the
ordinary. And so when we did the sketch for The Secret of Nim, of course we're not animators, so we can't do a cartoon, you know. So we tried to do something that was like, all right, let's do something along the vein of what the story was talking about. And if you watch the episode, The Secret of Nim, from this show, it's, you know, they break out from a laboratory. They're smart rats and mice and animals that break from a laboratory. And so we thought, you know, what would it be like if these 2 bumbling janitors were the cause.
We're the ones that let the animals out by accident.
Let the animals out, and so that's what we came up with. We came up with these 2 janitors, and it's
to the point where we even explain, like, it enters the movie like we're the ones making the phone call to the farmer's family.
So like that sketch isn't complete because we ran out of time to film a lot of the stuff. So we wanted to film like extra phone calls.
We had fake hallways we built in this room.
In this room, we're standing like right there.
We just kept redoing the way the hall was, and it's a fake room and fake hallways. We made like flats that, you know what I mean, like for fake walls. We made fake rooms, fake hallways, and like, building off of that, another one that we were worried about being low-hanging fruit, but I was just so impressed with the environment we created along with the fun sketch was They're Perfect.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Thank goodness.
So that was during the same shooting period.
Yes.
So we already had the wall set up for the NIM janitors. So the room, if you watch the episode NIM janitors, the room that you see when we run into, and it's the lab with all the cages, and then we run out, and then we go into the next part where it's just the single computer. That's the same room.
We just keep entering a door and then changing what the room is.
It's comical because even some people online, they think that's the same door.
Yes.
It's just got a different sign. It's
Yes.
like, yes, it is.
Yes.
It's the same door. The door was literally right here where I'm sitting, and the wall went this way, and we literally
just have a freestanding door in a frame.
And we just decorated it. We filmed all the scenes for that. We changed it. We just filmed all the scenes. Then we put the walls, and we filmed all the scenes. So it's a lot of planning, but then we literally left the walls up
and made a kitchen.
And we made a kitchen and filmed It's Perfect.
And I thought it was going to be a fairly simple kitchen because, we had some fake windows and stuff like that. And the next thing I know, Josh is literally in my basement because we've renovated this building a little bit. We had an old kitchen counter with a sink and everything in it. And the next thing I know, he's trucking up the steps, carrying the full counter and kitchen, and we build a full kitchen basically.
It is
so
dumb.
Within these like small time frames. And another thing I want to jump to before we explain this whole scenario for that one, if you've seen the movie Summer Rental, the joke's about this lady that keeps flashing people.
Yes.
Me and Josh are literally approaching people like, hey, can you pretend you're exposing yourself in this skit?
Oh my God.
And like, we're getting this like, no thanks,
No
creep.
thanks,
no thanks,
no
creeps
thanks,
kind of
no
thing. And we're
thanks.
like,
I was
we
like,
promise
we
there's no,
promise.
it's
No
all alluding to this.
nudity.
It's a
There's
joke.
no
It's a
nudity.
John Candy comedy
Yes.
about a wacky neighbor
Yes.
that's doing this. And it's like, we finally get one of my wife's friends to volunteer to do it, and she was so good about it. And
Oh, man.
we,
God
this
bless
is
her.
we're very respectful. Nobody has ever, if anything, I was more naked than anybody in this
He
room.
was definitely
Oh
more
my
naked
God!
than anyone
We have
in
a
this
room full of
room.
people,
Oh my God.
and I am down to just my underwear.
It is.
And I'm wrapped in a towel, and I'm standing on crates. So not only am I in my underwear,
on these
I am elevated up in the air. Like
Because
Captain Morgan.
We need to get the height. We need to get the height to be able to film through his legs.
We're shooting
to get
between
the
my legs to
perspective
see
of
Brad's
when-
horrified face
Oh
of
my gosh.
pretending I'm nude and he's just seen it.
Insane. It's insane. There's so many more things that we could talk about. We want to do more specials like this in the future, of course. Like maybe once a season, when the season's done, we'll go back and talk about some of these things. And we always have a blast with these. We'll talk every season, maybe about what's going on. But
Labyrinth got off the rails.
Oh yeah.
We made like a double episode by accident because we had so much we wanted to talk about with Labyrinth.
Yep.
And we did the sketch to that one in the basement because we wanted those poor fellows to look like they worked in the basement of the
studio.
the critter workshop,
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah,
instead of the creature factory.
Creature
And
Factory,
John Hansen.
John
We're always
Han-
trying to do a parody on the name, so
Parody on the
not to infringe upon any possible copyright issues. But those poor guys were the dregs of the critter factory, and so we
my
did that one in the
gosh.
basement, and we kind of just try to come up with the characters on the spot. I know another one that we always enjoy talking about is the storyteller sketch.
Okay,
And
so this particular sketch, I remember when we wrote the initial sketch for the initial storyteller, and it was for Romancing the Stone. It was for Romancing
Yes,
the Stone.
it's
It
the
was
intro.
It's the intro for Romancing the Stone. And I remember we did a Zoom call, and we did a live reading of it back and forth, because it was like, all right, let's test this, because I remember writing it going, this is dumb. Like, this is not good.
Sometimes
And
it's the performance.
And I say that quite often because some of this just it is dumb, and like we love dumb movies, so we try to write dumb stuff. And so I wrote this with a storyteller, and my intention was to be a Mr. Rogers type storyteller. Okay, so I'm like, all right, boys and girls, and being this kind, gentle person, but then there's this obnoxious kid, which Carey plays, who's constantly bugging. And I meant to play this more as of like a more loving, like please Timmy, like whatever, but he just keeps coming back, and there's whatever. So we did the reading, and I remember he did this voice, and it doesn't do justice. It has nothing. It's similar to what you see on the TV and on the show, but on the Zoom call, he's just doing like do the voice.
I don't know, Mr. Spinner. Tell me a story.
So he does that, and I'm like, all right, this is dumb. This is not funny, and it's not dumb. And we try to be funny. We're not comedians, so it's like we try to do the best we can. And so when I get here to do the sketch, I'm like, get me something that's like a Reading Rainbow type thing. They found that shirt that I wear, this rainbow shirt, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna wear this because I'm trying to spin this colorful web of stories. And by the way, that line isn't in the script. Colorful yarn web of a story. It's not.
We just kind of come up with some of that stuff on the fly.
So like I'm sitting in the rocking chair with that wig. And then Carey comes out because we decided, you know what, we should have like some braces, the headgear.
And I had that as a child. That's what gave me the ideas. Yes. I had to wear the old archaic headgear.
We try to be sensitive to people who wear that.
This is a life experience of mine personally.
We try to be sensitive to people who have experienced certain things. So like, I was like, do we want to do this? Because it might offend somebody. And Carey's like,
pretty much me as a child.
I've done this. This is me as a child. So I was like, all right, perfect. You've experienced this. Let's do it. So
and I'm supposed to be very young, too.
Yeah, and so he comes in wearing the headgear, and it's like tearing up his mouth.
Oh, it hurts.
It's paper clips.
It's paper clips that we've bent around earring backs for the braces.
It's not real mouth gear. It's something that they made, and he's wearing the shirt that doesn't fit him, and these goofy.
My belly's hanging out.
And oh my gosh, he sits down, and I'm sitting there in the rocking chair with those kids in front of me, and he starts to rock. And he's rocking, and he grabs a hold of his shoe.
I'm playing with my shoelaces and pulling on my shoe.
I can't look at him because I'm about to break, and I'm not going to be able to do any of my lines.
And I just was trying to channel anxious, nervous energy because, like, I watch my own child, like, can't sit still. Like, my child, when I take him to his kindergarten orientation, he's rolling around on the carpet.
All over the place.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
so
I'm like, just do that. Just I'm sitting there and I'm not doing any paying attention. I'm just fidgeting with my shoe,
man.
And just a thought that popped into my head on the fly.
So I'm seeing him do this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my character's terrible.
And I love this. I love his character. When he does his voice the first time, I'm like,
so
whoa.
I was like, I need to bring something different than Mr. Rogers to this. So I launched into, hello, boys and girls. And it's just, I said these lines. I want to weave a colorful yarn web of a story for you. And I could just see, like, as soon as I did that, everybody who was back behind the counters running stuff, they just kind of like
that's my favorite is seeing people react.
But to see the kids' faces,
they were like,
they were like, what is this? But then they were like, this is cool. And they were literally calling me Mr. Spinner for that. Hey, Mr. Spinner, what's this about? Hey, Mr. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not really Mr. Spinner. You do understand that, right?
And it's my daughter and her little friend from down the street.
There's like 3 or 4 of them in here during that.
I can't even remember at this point. It feels like it's been a million.
Both your daughters, and they had a couple of their friends in here.
Oh yeah, Dash was in here too. Yeah,
both of them. Yeah, so it was.
Amelia and Ellie.
It's insane.
And Timmy, of course.
And Timmy. Oh my gosh. And we create some of these characters with the intention of having them as recurring characters.
And we try to interconnect some of them too.
And we create some of these characters without the intention of them
like
being
they're a one-time,
but they keep coming back.
Because we had so much fun with them. Like
oh man.
The Stoop Boys and the Ticket Guys.
Yep. And of course, Junior and Applesauce.
I don't ask me why. It's one of those things where one day I said to Josh, I want to call him Applesauce.
Yep.
And I was like, and then I just kept thinking about it. I was like, he's going to have a gold tooth. And I have like a crooked front tooth. So of course I'm putting it on that one. I was like, I'm putting it on my goofy tooth here on the front because it makes it funnier. Yep. And the thing with Timmy and Applesauce, it helps with their voice because it almost gives me like a way of speaking because of the stuff in my mouth.
I know exactly what you're talking about because when I become Junior, if you ever look at any of the sketches with Junior, he's doing this. He's got like his chin up a little bit.
So it changes the way you talk.
And I have nothing in my mouth, but the reason why I'm doing this has nothing to do with the character. It makes the character look like that character, but it's 100% because the way the glasses are polarized. I can't see the text on the screen. I literally have to do this and look at the angle in order to see any of the text on the screen. So I'm doing this, looking, and it's so funny because I didn't realize that I was doing that until we filmed My Blue Heaven. I didn't realize that. It was one of those like, I can't see. And then I was like, how the heck did I do this the last time we did this?
You tipped your head.
And I had to tip mine. I was like, oh, there it is. And I went back and watched after we filmed all that. I went back and watched and I realized
your head's tipped
I'm doing that with every single time I have those glasses on. I'm doing this so I could see.
and the crossover of the characters, as you've seen, like we've had Applesauce and Junior crossover with the storyteller characters because Applesauce is basically hitting up Mr. Spinner for money. Mr. Spinner references owing him money.
This is something.
The Torbu Man exchange, that is Timmy's dad, and we initially were going to say that was Junior's relative, but we're going to just basically we're retconning it. It's Junior. It's Junior, and they're going to be just kind of intermixing with each other.
And
like
this is something that like we never initially intended for any of these characters to interact.
But
it
it's
just
fun.
happens. It just happens. It just happens. We have so much that we could talk about. We can like talk for an hour. We've almost been talking for an hour, but we have other things that we want to talk about. So we're gonna go to probably the press kits now. We have so many press kits this whole season. We have 25 press kits.
We're gonna just pick some of our favorites.
Pick some of our favorites, and we'll
we're gonna
talk
pick
about
some
them.
of our favorite props and other things, and we're gonna do a couple little more extra segments, and then this will be a special we try to do at the end of every season where we just kind of look back and explain. It won't be quite as the same explanation of like how the whole show got started for the next one, but it'll be just talking about some of the fun we had during the season.
Yep. So let's talk about some press kits. Now we're doing the press kits. These are all the press kits from season 1. This is all of them. 25 press kits, which is pretty impressive. Now that we have them all laid out here, this is the first time me seeing them all together. So this is crazy.
It stacks up. We have a filing cabinet full of them at this point.
Which is really, really cool. I mean, let's talk about some of these. I mean, some of these are really cool. Like I love the batteries not included one that's embossed there. Yep.
They have the multi ones. That was the funny thing with some of them. It's not an individual one. It's a multi-release schedule. And one of my favorites is the Secret of Nim one.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Yep, Don Bluth.
Yeah, Don Bluth artwork. You can't beat it. I think one of my favorite things about this, aside from it having the photo packet of the movie stills, it had this little cell and just very cool. Mm-hmm. This was a surprise because when we bought it, we didn't even know this was included. That it came with it. And it had a cool little envelope for it and everything, indicating it says 1991, Mrs. Brisby limited permission is here granted to magazines and newspapers to reproduce this picture on condition that is accompanied by the copyright notice herein contained. Distributed by United Artists.
So cool. So cool. I think the other one that had like a cool thing in it was Parenthood. It had the little cells.
I do believe it did have cells. Mm-hmm. You have the Parenthood one.
Yep, there they are, the cells. It was cool that it was back to back, and we had we didn't even plan that. It just
one right after another.
But there's a lot of happy mistakes that are in this show.
Yes. Coincidences of movies that have tie-ins together that we don't even intend to group together. It's just purely by accident. Yep. The majority of these are authentic press kits. A few of them that we could not obtain. We had to replicate, like Summer Rental, Monster Squad, Lost Boys, Labyrinth. That was a tough run right there.
Yeah, it was really tough.
At the time, none of these were available. And I still don't think I've seen authentic press kits for these two come up. The dilemma, honestly, though, with Labyrinth was it's hundreds of dollars. Yeah, like even if you do see one come up, it's usually like $200 or $300. The Lost Boys one, I think we just narrowly missed it. Planes, Trains, we finally lucked out on. There was like none up, and then finally I haggled back and forth with the gentleman on eBay, and we finally, that one was basically brand new. The pictures were sealed in it. The Crocodile Dundee one was pretty cool. It had all kinds of contest things in it, and like stuff for like basically the Dundee experience where you could like take a little trip based on it. We have the Jingle All the Way one. You were a big fan of the Stargate one. I was thinking it might have had something unique in it too, unless I'm mistaken.
I don't remember anything unique in it.
That's Carey just brain farting. Going back to the replicated ones, just to point them out, we also
Remo Williams
had a hard time finding Remo. I've yet to see an Overboard one. And then Runaway is an authentic press kit, although I don't think this is the folder it would have come in.
Right.
It did have the actual documents and pictures, but yeah, it just kind of came in a generic folder with just the name printed on it.
Yep.
The rest of them are all authentic.
Yeah, I liked this one because it had the
silver print,
the silver print on that, the top there. Of course, you can kind of see that I'm shining it there. But I loved that. I remember when we took it out to do the press kit segment on the show, because a lot of times with these press kits, it's the first time I'm seeing them when I literally take them out.
Because we have them mailed here, and he's in Florida.
I'm in Florida. It's the first time I'm seeing them. And we kind of talked about this, Carey and I. It's like, do you want to see them beforehand? I was like, no, man, surprise me. I want to be surprised.
He gets to see them for the first time when you do.
I want the surprise reaction. So you are literally seeing my surprise reaction on a lot of these. I have not looked at them. You see that when we're filming the show. So, yeah.
I really love the cover on the Dan Aykroyd one. It's got the Field and Stream spoof cover,
Mm-hmm.
and the Inner Space one also. I'm a huge fan of Inner Space, and I was excited to get the press kit for that one. Huge amount of pictures in some of them. It's crazy.
So cool to see so many of these.
We have lots more in store. We're going to try to have a press kit for every episode that we do, basically. And worst case scenario, if we can't obtain the real one, we try to just replicate it with scans and making our own folder with a cover of it. Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's kind of a lost art, honestly, because I don't believe that they've done physical press kits for years. It's basically a digital press kit these days, and so far so good. We do 80s and 90s movies, so it's pretty much usually some form of press kit for it.
Yep, something there. Yep. All right, yep. I love this one. I love them all. I love them all.
Tombstone's got an awesome one. Twins, Blown Away. Yeah. Let us know if you guys, any of you collect any press kits and what ones you guys have. Shoot us a comment about it.
Yep.
Back to the handsome hosts back at the studio chairs.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we're back. And of course, there's so many other things we could talk about. We talked about press kits. I like that one specifically that I had in the last sack part there, whichever one I had. I don't know what I had, but I had one.
He sure did.
Sure. I loved that one. And it's funny that I say that because we film all this out of order. So like that first segment that you saw,
we have no idea what
I'm referencing.
We're just trying to piece it all together so we don't have to keep changing outfits.
And now we're going to talk about props. So let's talk about the props. All right, here are some props from season 1. I mean, this is just some of the props. We have so many, but this is just some of the props that we decided to pick very short notice. And let's talk about some of them. I mean, of course, some of my favorites are the little guys.
Little guys are awesome.
They're just so amazing. We have 2 different versions of this one here, of course. These keep falling apart.
They're very delicate.
I think
Amy has re-glued that one 5 times.
Man,
this was the one sans legs so that it could fly around.
It could fly around. It was flying around during the prop segment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have the littlest little guy right here, and Mama and Papa right here.
Don't let Paper Bag by Carey fall.
Paper Bag by Carey is very important. Probably one of the easiest props for us to gather. Mm-hmm. Sharpie in a paper bag. This is our, of course, fake machine gun from our first sponsor commercial.
Yep.
We also have reutilized it in future episodes, but that was what it was created for in the first place. Josh remembers this all too well.
Alligator.
This is our deadly gator that removed one of Josh's hands.
Oh man, it was so fun. It was so fun to do that part because it was Brad who was underneath the table puppeteering, and he probably ripped my hand off 3 times before we got it right.
Our yarn blood,
and he was a little overzealous as to ripping my arm off or my hand off. It was really funny.
And this is the jewel from Romancing the Stone, or the Stone.
Yep.
Amy made this one out of resin. This was a real pain in the butt because we hadn't really worked in resin yet, and it took a while to get the mold right, and then had to pour it a couple times because it just didn't quite settle right.
Look like that.
Just to get it to look like that. And we have these are some of my favorites.
Oh, the puppets.
I'm hoping to. Whenever we have, hopefully, some future episodes that are Muppet movies, I definitely want to bring these guys back. And we didn't actually get to puppeteer them, so hopefully in the future they can be utilized more instead of just a on-screen presence. Oh man, hey, now getting familiar.
Yeah, getting a little too familiar.
But
Oh,
Amy made these. They took some time. Lost your stick. Hers are just
Oh, you lost your stick, didn't
it's
you?
okay. We'll fix you. We'll fix you up.
We'll fix you up.
Your thumb's going the wrong direction. His thumb's downing. Ah, Josh, don't be a naysayer. Stop it, Muppet Josh.
Oh man, so fun to see these things. I remember when we were doing Yeah, but it's loaded, and we wrote the sketch, and it's for the Great Outdoors, and I mean, of course, we have this prop, the gun lamp.
The one that we don't actually utilize because it's already utilized in the movie, so we had to have
yeah.
other ridiculous props.
The gun
that
lamp,
fired.
and I remember watching the movie and getting to the part where he's getting ready to shoot the bear, and he comes in with that, and he's like, "That's just the lamp," and he goes, "Yeah, but it's loaded," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we have to do a segment where it's just
sketch.
Everything is loaded," and it's just, and I remember they were making this baked potato, and I was going, "Come on." She was making this baked potato, and I was like, "Why is she making a baked potato?" And Carey was like, "It's for the sketch," and I was like, "But why is she making a baked potato?"
Yeah, but it's loaded.
And I was like, "But I don't get it. Why is she making one out of paper mache?" And then they finally said, "Because we won't have time to make an actual baked potato when we're filming." And I was like, "I'm such an idiot." I was so confused when she was making this. I was like, "Why is she making one?"
It was tin foil covered in paper mache that she then
And
painted.
it looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Another one of my favorites, because one of my favorite scenes when Uncle Buck,
it's
when
so
we did
good.
that
Yep.
episode, was the scene where he's threatening Bug with the hatchet in the trunk of his car. So I was, let's call it my uncle's hatchet is like a product to sell for home defense or niece defense.
Or those of you who are being bullied.
Yes.
And of course we have the extra long barreled.
She made many, many other guns, but this is the star of the show, of course.
It's just ridiculous.
We wanted it to have a comically long barrel.
I said, "How long can you make it? How long do you want it?"
How long do you want it?
And I was like, "Oh no." So funny, so good, so good. Oh man, and of course we have some explosive plastique from this is from Blown Away.
Oh yes.
From the episode
My
Blown Away.
Dead Man Switch.
The trigger.
I of course wore this the whole episode.
The whole episode, and
then
you held that.
I held it the whole time.
He literally held it. He was holding it. So if you
Even
watch
during the press
episode,
kit,
he's holding it closed, and he doesn't let go of it.
Until the
filmed,
very
It was
end.
like 40 minutes.
Something like that.
40 minutes
Probably
he held it.
at least.
Yeah. And then explosions, and of course another episode that has an explosive in it is the one wearing the jacket, the Cadillac Man.
This was a commitment here too. This is a
something.
Real jacket. It's not the screen used one, but it's the exact style jacket that they would have used.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Josh gets to have it forever now. It's his walking around jacket.
Walking around jacket. We got some spider bots here. That's one other cool thing. Yep.
One of the many things that Josh sent to murder me. Also from the Great Outdoors sketch.
Yes,
this is not one that we created, but we actually ended up changing what the sketch was because I was at a Halloween store with my children and my wife, and we saw this sucker, and we were like, new sketch, because we found
I don't even remember what the original one was.
It was going to be me getting struck by lightning.
Oh, that's right.
As I walked to the store, and I was going to be climbing, and it keeps striking me.
Yes, I remember that now. And I was like, that's going to be a lot of post-production that I don't want to do.
Yes.
And it has a lot. It's really funny because a lot of decisions we make are 100% to do with, all right, what time do we have to film on location, and what time do I have because I'm editing all these. I'm the one who does all the editing. So those of you who are professional editors out there, I'm sorry.
we have a tight release schedule to keep, unfortunately,
yeah. We release
he's got to sneak it in between his other day job.
In between my gigs. So I edit these as quickly as possible and do what I can as quickly as I can. So like I was like, oh my gosh, this lightning walk is going to destroy my time. I'm going to be up till like 4 a.m. every night editing this. So we decided to do Going Batty.
And we had fun with it
Oh,
anyway.
it was so
I think,
great.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
one of the best
how
parts.
How many times have you hit me in this show?
lot.
That's a lot. I should probably do like a little montage and just try to piece together a bunch of times you hit
Whether
me.
it be with a weapon or just a good old hand
Oh my
slap.
gosh! In season 2, he hits me a couple times too. So
Takes a few takes.
it takes. He does it intentionally because he likes to hit me. And he says, "I'm sorry" after each. I'm sorry. And there's a save from Hudson Hawk, which is really cool. Yeah.
Josh, Rob, Warp Zone.
It's on screen for such a small amount of time, but I thought
such a tiny little save, but close up it makes it.
We did so much preparation with this thing. I think it took us to make that sketch. This was the part that took us the longest. So when you watch the Hudson Hawk episode, it's the intro. It's singing on the heist, and I come in and I'm robbing a store, and he's just walking around.
Always robbing.
But this safe, yeah, it took us a while to set it up and to get the right angles and the lighting, but it's on screen real quick. And then of course we have
Christian's little baby here.
Torbu, man. This is so cool. This is just. So great. Oh, he's missing one of his wings.
Timmy's dead. It's probably still in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of get tossed around because there's limited space and lots of props and costumes and backdrops that have to be fit into the limited space. So they kind of get tossed around sometimes. Not literally, but they're floating around. The poor little guy's antennas have broke off. Torbu, man. They're all fixable though. We have all the pieces. We can glue them again. We have our
the rat,
our rabid rat over here. They've gotten their usage aside from being in the Secret of Nim sketch. They're also we've been in our Stoop Boy sketch as like garbage rats, and
we've also been in oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank as to the movie they're in. Oh man, Uncle Buck. They're in Uncle Buck. Yep, they're in Uncle Buck.
Yes, I attack Josh's mole. It's my mole removal tool here.
He gets me right in the face.
And then
the
from
submersible,
reface sketch from Inner Space, Amy made a replica of the submersible that Josh is riding in to change me to look like Josh.
It's just insane. Just the detail in this thing.
I love it.
Just the detail in this thing.
We have all the detachable arms there. And
it's just insanity. Oh my gosh. And we have back here we have a lamp. And there's no light in it. I actually use like a little battery powered light for video that I stick in there to make it turn on. And
from our park setting of our vampire dating service,
we actually attached this to a furniture dolly.
We're trying to move.
We have a behind the scenes clip. I'll probably play it for them while we're doing this episode. And it's me. I'm on the ground and it's on a furniture dolly, and my brother is on the other side. I think he's got the lamp, or I got the lamp, and
somebody holding bushes.
One of us has a bush, and the other one has a lamp, and we're literally pushing
in place while they push it past us.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. All right, what else? Oh, of course.
Your favorite. You go ahead and introduce your baby.
This is my favorite thing. This is the life-size dial home device from Stargate. This to me is just incredible. It is. When we decided to do Stargate, and we talk about this on the episode, when we decided to do Stargate, Amy was like, "Oh, I'll just make like a small replica of the actual Stargate," and we did. She made a small replica of it.
She did joke about making a full size one.
Oh my gosh, that thing's like 20 feet high.
I know.
And so I was like, you know what would be insane is to make a DHD. I said a DHD, and they were like, "What are you talking about? What's a DHD?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm talking show lingo now because they never actually say DHD in the movie." And I was like, "It's the dial home device." And I started sending them pictures, and next thing I know, Carey is sending me pictures of these pieces already printed, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Not painted or assembled yet.
Oh my
just
gosh!
chunks
they're
of
making a life-size dial home device, and this is just. That to me.
How many spools of plastic, Amy?
At least 12, maybe 15.
I was gonna say I thought 13 was the number I had in my head, but I wasn't sure if I was wrong.
There's
13 spools of plastic later.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest prop we have right now. But
so far,
there is another one that's in the running for how many spools of plastic it's going to use, and I don't want to spoil it.
It'll be slightly taller, but I don't know if it'll be as dense.
It's going to be crazy.
Season 2 is going to have a really cool one.
Yep. So that's what's in store for
this baby's going home to Florida
it's
sometime
going
with
home.
Josh.
It's going home with me eventually when I make some space.
It's gonna use it to open his garage
Open my
door.
garage door. Oh man, anything else we want to talk about on this?
There's lots of other props that Amy has
so many
made,
other
and
props, so
you know,
many.
cool costumes and stuff. The challenge is, like I said, just being able to feature them all and
Yep.
you know, doing it in a timely manner. But yeah, we're gonna keep trying to do little fun things like this in future episodes. Cool costumes, cool props, cool backgrounds, and we hope you guys enjoy them. And we want to keep making them and playing with them for you.
Yep, back to the show.
Now, how about those props?
How about those props? So it was fantastic. We might not even be wearing the same exact clothes.
And I do want to point out to you, like Josh said, it's almost midnight tonight, so we are trying to get this in.
And it's 11:35 p.m. while we're filming this right now. So, yep, and I'm sure Christian Piles loves it. Loves us right now.
I think Christian's laying on the keyboard right now.
He's got his thumbs up. He's like, yeah, I'm alive. I got my coffee in me. That's all he needs is coffee. So we want to thank you so much for your viewership, for watching the show, for your comments, the good ones, the bad ones. And it's just, please understand, when you give us a
feedback,
it takes.
It doesn't mean we're ignoring it because we filmed so far ahead before the releases.
Yeah, so like we're filming this now, and what day is it today? Today is April. I don't know.
It's something.
It's April 27th. We're filming this right now. You're not gonna see this probably
for a
until
while.
like May or June. So we film a lot of these way in advance, and you can see on YouTube. You can see when it was filmed because we filmed 6 to 8 of these at a time. Right now we're filming 7. So we want to thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing for us. Your feedback, your comments. We love the comments. Please comment on everything that we do. It's just helpful. It's nice, and just we like being nice to people, and we like when people are nice to us.
We want to keep making fun things. We want to keep making sketches to make you laugh. We want to like talk about movies that encourage you to enjoy movies you haven't seen.
Yep.
Go back and visit ones you forgot about, and just enjoy them with us. Ones that are your favorites.
And this is something before we sign off in this particular episode. This is something that like Carey and I talked about. We want to pique people's interest on some of these classic movies that we think are classics, and some of them are terrible. We know that. We go into it knowing like,
but they mean a lot to us.
They mean a lot to us, and some people might enjoy them. Some people might hate them, and it's something that like I work with Christian Piles a lot, and whenever we're out and about now doing a gig, he'll say a line from a movie, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
we got to do that one.
It's not even that. We piqued his interest for that movie.
Oh. Christian, literally every time he comes here, he leaves with like 2 stacks of movies this big from the shop because there's just so many he wants to watch.
Yep. Like the other day, we were doing a big conference, and we were setting up for. It was one of the days. It was like a 7-day conference. We were setting up one of the days. It must have been like day 5 or day 4, and he comes up to me. I'm like running a cable, and he goes, Bunny.
Ball.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Christian, I love that you know that line, that phrase. Because, a year ago he didn't know the movie. He didn't know the quote. And if you don't know the movie, you need to watch the show and you will understand where that quote comes from.
And the whole time we're filming, we'll get stuck on like 3 or 4 quotes. And we're chanting them the whole week.
Time.
And it's just like one of us will start it and the other ones are repeating it. And it just keeps happening.
It's happening.
And like, every episode that we do, like we get one stuck in our head and we just keep referencing it. We keep referencing it. And it's fun. It's goofy.
Fun. It's
we're
goofy.
annoying some of the crew sometimes because we're repetitive about it. But we're having fun. We're delirious from exhaustion.
Oh man! So
we've been doing Sean Connery voices this time.
Oh my God, Sean Connery voices.
Gots.
I said no more. We don't want to ruin it. Oh man! So we want to thank you again for watching another episode of an Hour Feature Presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
We really appreciate you.
I am Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
We don't just love 80s and 90s movies.
We live them.